Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. We just had to quickly do our chat here in the background, finish that, and then here we are. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you rested. Hope you made some money. Depending on where you are in the stage of life. Some are lucky to be retired already. Some of us still have to work. Anyway, I'm feeling better. The wife is feeling better. She's still mostly in bed after the operations, but she's okay. One of the reasons I'm late, obviously, is all the extra considerations, family, wife, kids, everything that I need to get in, in line and sort it out in the mornings. So, yeah, we're all here. Michele, I don't know if you can hear me on YouTube or what's happening, but your mic is muted, but it says you're transmitting the whole time. So I don't know. Anyway, when you're ready, come back.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just muted just for
no problem.
Letting you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But welcome. We're going to do a Flight Deck 1 raffle. If there is somebody on the stream this morning, Michele, it's late and all. I don't know how many guys we're going to have on stream. How successful the raffle will be. But we've got a few numbers we'll hand out in the streams as they come. Okay. So just bear in mind. I'm going to use. No, I get it, Tommy. I get it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm going to start setting up, and I'm going to use this Flight Deck 1 as much as possible. I do not have much time to practice in the week, but there you go. I'll try and concentrate enough so I can turn to where I'm pointing and going and doing and making notes and all these things. Okay. So let's see what happens. All right. So first thing I want to do is I want to go to my tablet and I want to see. Okay, I've already switched the ground on and so on. What I'm going to do is I'll just use the toggle switch here, and I'm just going to take the. Now my pen is switched off. Just switch it on. Right. So there's the ASU. Just to show you, I can now connect it from the tablet. Was it during the week, Michele, that you added the ASU for us? It was now recent. Since the last stream, you changed that for us. The HUD has moved here to the top. Excellent. So that's nice. So we click the HUD, we get the HUD. That's awesome. Let's go to airside services. Let's start loading this baby. All right. One of the things I also noticed, Michele, is here on the sidebar, you've removed that weight and balance. I'm really happy with that. Thank you very much. That's good.
Yeah. It was bugging. Basically, if you want to put it, you can drag it there, but just if you want it.
Yeah. No, it's better not having it, especially with the Zibo, because then the people get confused. And yeah, that's one thing about the Zibo project it taught me. We're dealing with all kinds of people, from certified idiots right up to experts, and you don't want to give the wrong thing to the wrong person and then they run away with it, So, yeah, that's better so this way. Okay, so that takes care of the basics there. All right, okay. What do we do next? You see, now I need to get back into my flow. All right, let's look at Navigraph. Let's quickly have a look, see. We can make some notes. From Navigraph. That's our flight. Right there. Okay. 105. Am I writing? 105 degrees. Right, that is something we need. Weather. 0, 1, 2. That's something else we can need. Let us see that runway according to whoever the ATC is has changed. Let's say intentions we actually should disable it. I'm pretty sure I did. We don't want those things. Right, now it's not going to interfere with us. Right, Michele, does it still save only when I close the scratch pad, or does it save after I've finished writing?
That's been fixed. It's totally fixed now.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, so actually, let's also go and get our OFP. Alright, so there we see flight level 340. 40, and let's just see.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good.
Why is it not populating? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong side, sorry, apologies. It's in the ATIS side, sorry. Alright, so there we also have the 1012, dew point 16, temperature is 20. Alright, that helps. Okay. Morning, Jet Power. Gents, I'm sorry if it's a little bit slow this morning, but I really want to see how much I can use this flight deck one, and it's a good demonstration also of the software, so just bear with me. Michele, if I do something wrong, or if you want to add something, feel free at some point in time to just jump in, and just add something also.
But I don't think it's possible to do something wrong.
Yeah, but you know, it's me you're talking about. I'm just human, huh?
Come on.
Yeah. I often joke to the people here in the team, and I say to them, it's that being human thing sometimes bites you. But anyway, it's a joke, but it's true. Okay. Right, so we've got all of that. We want to push nose facing to the right. All right. Nose right. If you laugh at my writing, you're going to get in trouble. But anyway, here it is. I like this. This is so cool. Now I can make all my notes before I go too far and too deep. Okay. One of the nice things I was struggling with in the beginning, Michele, is turning the knobs on the MCP, right? So I'm going to quickly just zoom in a little bit on it as well. In fact, I want to go to the heading because we need to be at 105. So what I've discovered is when I click on the actual, let me just lock the panel. When I click on the actual button and then I start rotating it, when I keep the pencil close just on the button, it's very slow. But when I start moving further away,
No, actually, that's intentional. Basically, the full gesture is you push the button, the knob, you go outside, and then you start dragging.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point, because there are some knobs like in the Airbus.
Yes.
That you have to push and pull, and so it's dangerous because the rotation can be confused with the push. So basically the gesture is you push, you drag out, and you start to rotate.
Yes, but what I was alluding to, what I was getting to is when I do the small circles, it's small increments. When I do wider circles, it's bigger increments. So it's easier to jump from 300 up to 105 degrees. Otherwise, you sit here the whole flipping day just turning the little knob. You see what I'm saying? So I understand the intention there, and I'm just saying what I've noticed is just by making my circles a little bit wider, it turns faster.
Yeah, that's the purpose. You can in settings tweak the sensitivity also.
Okay, all right.
For you can lower it, for example.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, and then if we go down, there's not much of a difference there, but still, there's 1012. I'm not sure, sorry, now my attention is just taken away for 1 second. Ah, there we go. All right. Okay, gents, the raffle is open, by the way, if you guys want to, you know, if you don't have a flight deck one yet and you want one for your iPad, then you're welcome to just follow the instructions below the video. Right, I'm back in the cockpit. Okay, so we've done the QNH, we've done the runways, we've done the altitude. Right, I think that's really cool. I think the next step is to finish the loading. I'm not using the real ops right now. It's just going to add extra stress, which I don't need right now. So let's quickly do this thing. All right, so FMC. In fact, let's do it this way. Just a bit too much. There we go. Alright, just a little bit better. So, next page. Right. What on earth is this? ICAO again. LCPH. And fly here often. Right, there we go. That's done. Route. Plan request.
Isn't Ankara in Turkey?
Yes. It is.
You realise this is a not allowed route?
Oh, it's given by Eurocontrol. So, whether it's allowed or not, it's not my problem.
You cannot fly from Greek side of Cyprus to Turkey.
I know you mentioned something like that now, that you mentioned it again this morning. Mac, not my problem.
Okay.
I have got diplomatic immunity, I promise you. I will do it. Oh, the power of flight simulation, you know.
And the 7-3 is heavily harmed.
Yes, yeah, and I've even got countermeasures, everything. I just press a button and we sort it out there.
Poseidon inversion can carry missiles.
Yeah, why not? Righto. Okay, so what we are looking for now is 03 right, Del V1S. Right, it's that one. Right, and then it is 03 right, and it's the ILS Yankee. And 03 right, ILS Yankee 03. Alright. Where's Yankee? And our transition DRA. By the way, Mac, I don't know if you were in the room when I said earlier, I found out how to pronounce Yeri's name correctly. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Herman, thumbs up for Skymatic. Sunny greetings from Samos. Excellent. Thank you very much. Greetings to you too. Anyway, guys, I was saying Yeri all these years. He says to me, no, that's wrong. You pronounce it Yezi. So it's got a bit of a different way of pronouncing it. I think I'm still saying it a little bit flat. They've got a little bit more of a nice way of saying it, but it's Yerzy, basically. That's his name, Yerzy. So I apologize, Yerzy. Now I'm trying to learn how to pronounce it. All right, okay, good. So here we go. We've done that. Let's go to legs. that's a wild go around that one. Anyway, I'm happy with that one. Right. Definite request and switchback. He said flight level 340 that we got, but where is this? Finres. Okay, it's 2.4. There we go, it's 3.4, that's all good. Execute N1 limit. Alright. Now it's us and the OPT and all those kind of things again. So let's just quickly go there. And then we go to dummy. There. We look at our takeoff weight. Alright. Michele, is there a way, I'm just asking, is there a way to give me writing ability on the PDF so I can at least circle or mark this takeoff weight TOW?
We are working on that, but there is an issue that is related to iOS.
Okay.
Basically on PDF, when there is scrolling involved, it's very complicated because it must scroll also the
understand.
the
Yes, understand.
But we are working on that.
Okay. Well, that was a good question then. All right, so we've got 67.1. Okay, I'm just going to take away that quickly, and we're going to go to, come on, wrong page. Okay, we're on 60. To takeoff performance LCPH, going to take runway 11. There is no moisture that I can see, so it's dry. The wind is variable at 2, so I'm just going to say runway heading at 2. Why not? And then the outside temperature is 14 and the QNH 10. Why is this QNH different now? Am I on the right? No, I'm on the wrong airport, sorry. I'm on the wrong airport. Damn it. 012. Okay, so that is then incorrect. That is 200 at 5, 200 at 5. And the temperature is 20. See, you need to be awake when you do things like this. Alright, I'm going to go for optimum, but I'm going to specify flap 5 because of all our discussions. And it's 67.1. And calculate. Alright, so there. Okay, so it says 22k, so the first thing we do is we select the 22k, then we go for the 35, which is the assumed temperature. Alright, so that gives 90.8, 90.9, we already discussed that to length, so we're not going to bother, we know it's right. We can use the climb slowly, that's not a problem. Let's just quickly have a look, see. There is a bit of, it's not a below, it's a above restriction, so we need to climb like crazy. Let's go. We don't want to be caught below. They're all aboves. Let me just show you quickly. See, we need to be above 1800, then 3600, then above 7000. See, we need to climb. So we can't do a lazy climb.
I would thought you wouldn't use a 22k takeoff then.
It's just what the OPT gives me, just based on
Yeah,
the input, you know.
Yeah. I think they would go for 24k.
Well, if we go back, look, now let's say you were the FO, right? We're sitting, we're deliberating, and we say, nah,
Yeah.
you know, let's change it. We can always go back, but I mean, do we want
I'm
to?
just thinking about the climb. You said it's rapid climb.
Yeah. Okay. Now the one thing in this one, right, is I can't change anything in the EFP. Oh, hang on a second. Maybe it's because it's not in the cradle. Second time I realized that. Let's go see if we can change it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's 24k. Let's make a Neil, let's make a compromise. Okay, so you get what you want and I get what I want. All right, there we go. All right, so there's 24k. Now let's take it back. All right. So now we're going to use, well, let's just delete the old stuff, make sure that we don't interfere with anything. All right, so now we're going to go 24k and we're going to use 46. All right, so that gives 89.8, and then you're going to climb. All right, not going to waste time there. Alright, now if we go to takeoff and we go flaps 5 and we do the CG, we can do the CG now because we're fully loaded, okay? Remember guys, the doors must be closed, there must be no more loading happening, and then you can do this. Alright, we do not have to go to the second page, that is all good. We don't use cutback, we're going to climb very fast, and then we can look at 143, 143 and 147, so they are within
ready for
1 knot.
procedure.
They are within 1 knot, so we're going to accept that as is, and we're happy. Alright, now if we want to take it a step further, we can actually take this thing back. And what was that? 20.7. We can now add 20.7. Enter, calculate. These are trim 5.65, and look at that. That must be a rounding issue. Also, within limits, we're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly happy. Alright, so let's tell Linda while we are busy with that. Let's tell her to
trim up.
Takeoff trim. Right, okay, so we are happy. 147 goes into the box. Let's do it for the viewers like this. Let's go to use that one. There's 147. Michele, if he's still here. Michele, are you still here?
Yes, okay.
I can hear you very faintly in the background. If you look at the screen, look when I touch the actual knob and look where the orange is. It's misaligned, eh?
I think is the zoom level. Try to zoom out.
Okay.
It's the first time that I see that. Zoom out a bit to see the IFIS and the MCP.
Oh yeah, look at it.
Together.
Look at that, eh? Look at that. Yeah, it's right now. Okay, so it is the zoom level. That's strange. Anyway.
We have to check this. Yeah.
Okay. It's nice having you here so I can show you, you know, on the fly what's happening. Okay. Good. Well, that takes care of all of that. That really takes care of it. Now, on the sidebar, I've already...
Cockpit, please
show me where you want to go.
I've already done some of these things, and I've just clicked that button on the sidebar, and it's moving the aircraft as well now. I'll bring it back. Okay, so there you can see I'm calling it from the sidebar here in Flight Deck 1, this beta pushback. All right, so it's probably not doing anything because I haven't started the APU and things like that. Start APU.
Okay, starting APU.
All right,
Waiting
so
for APU start.
Once the APU is on, we can let go of the GPU and the ASU, and then you should connect and do his thing. All right, there we go. On the VNAV is armed, so it means that we've done all the prep and programming of the FMC correctly. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So if we call this FM car runway 11, that'll help us. That is the APU. Okay, so we can let go.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Just as I thought, he was waiting for us. Okay. Alright, this is brilliant. I love having everything in my hands. I love working with this little tool you made, Michele. It's really nice.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Here we go, here we go.
N2.
That's it, fuel goes in. You know what, I've just realized I'm not even online. I'm not online. I'll get online when I'm in the air. I'm just too scared there's ATC now. I didn't notice any, but let's go look at the map. Don't see any ATC. Let me just file the plan as well then. There we go. What is the time? 45 already. Wow.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Nice scenery. Right, guys, for all of you joining late, we've got the license number for this flight deck 1 software.
And bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
So if you want to stand a chance to win one, you can just enter the raffle. The details are all in the description below the video. Because I was so late and we didn't really do lots of marketing for this stream, I was just too busy. I'm not expecting, great fireworks, but if there is somebody still interested in it this morning at this late notice, without notice, you're welcome to give it a shot. Just put that key code in there and then we'll see what happens. Right, start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Sitting on a lap. Just checking that flap setting quickly. Since I started using that electronic spray cleaner,
25N2.
I've been using my flaps lever again. It's actually nice to just have it that way.
Ready for before taxi procedure. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure. Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist.
The calibration here is completely off on my tiller. Well, you know what? I never centered it. No, that's my fault. Somewhere there. Yeah, better. At least we know the brakes work now as well.
Taxi lights on.
Approaching 1-1.
It was in the comments, but it's also in the release notes. Okay, so if you give me a minute, let me get in the air, I'll post it again. But it's in the release notes. Everywhere you see my release notes, it's in there. Hey, Rodrigo. Good morning. Rodrigo, I saw you sent me voice messages. I've not listened to it. I was just too busy and too late this morning, so I do apologize. I'll listen to them later.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete.
I saw
Ready
that.
for before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent. Stabilizer trim. 5-6 units set. Transponder. TARA set. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alright, something else I just want to mention to you guys. I spoke to Zibo about the fact that we don't get any weather on the ND anymore. So he suggested that I test the default. Okay, the default 738. I have not had time. Zibo, if you're listening, sorry, I haven't had time. Then the other thing is, when I fly and I'm in this massive rain situation.
Runway 11 confirm.
And I go to the explain map. The last few times.
Takeoff.
There was no weather on that map either. So I'm guessing, just from those two facts, that it's an explain thing that's broken, because also Zibo reminded me he uses the default weather and SDK and everything. Okay, so when I have time, I'll go test it, or if you have time, let me know. Go test the default 738. Let's see if that thing actually shows weather when the Zibo doesn't. Because, I mean, from what I understand, you know, that's an explained thing. Yes, Scotsman, in terms of the plugin, you only need the plugin because that will drive the OPT on the EFB. The GUI, my GUI is broken and we're trying to troubleshoot it. We don't know why it's broken. And there it works. How's that? Let me just show Yeri. It's working now. I didn't do anything. Now it's working. Let me just take a screenshot. Sorry.
On runway 11.
We were talking about it this morning. I don't want to go into the technical detail. It's irrelevant. But Yeah, this one that you run from your plugins window that's inside of Explain, it's a nice to have, you know, you don't need it. And the external one is also a nice to have. You don't need it, but you do need the plugin for the EFB. Now I can't see what I'm writing. Streaming, and now he's talking here about scaling of the UI. I have no idea what that means. I don't do any scaling. I honestly, Yeji, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't actually know. But anyway, it's working now, so. Okay.
On runway 11, on runway.
Bit late to
11.
worry about the controllers now. The one thing I did notice before we do anything is, let me just do the contact spray again. On my right hand throttle lever, it is jumping. I just want to spray it quickly. I hope that's enough. Hey, check. Now I've sprayed it, it's smooth and there's no jumping. I don't understand why this happens, but anyway. There you go. This electro clean really works a treat. Rodrigo, you're looking for me. Rodrigo, yes, to answer what you've just said in the DM, when we create our own weather, it works. But when we are flying live in live weather, when you go to the map, the last time I checked it, there's no weather here, there's no weather on the ND, and we are in the rain and it's pouring. I mean, it's terrible. It's got turbulence. You can see you in a storm of some sorts, which is making me believe, and I mean, I'm speaking as an idiot, so don't hold me to it, but it just makes me believe that there is a major problem with this rain. Let's call it a rain problem in Explain. When it rains when it shouldn't, there's no reason for it. It's not on NextRad, it's not on the map, it's nowhere, but you find yourself in this hell of a rainstorm, which is just, it's freaky. Anyway.
I wonder if it's region specific as well, Nico.
I don't know. I fly all over the flippin' place, Mac, but it's a good question. I'll have to keep my eye on it, see what happens. Make better notes. Go for it, Scotsman, let us know. This is brilliant. Yeah, now there's no jumping on that thing. Toga, let's go. Now these
takeoff thrust
I'm going to spray it when we're in the air. That is now dust or something on my speed brake. It went away.
80 knots.
I'll spray it just now.
Throttle hold.
Stupid.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Oh, that was unbelievably nice.
Acceleration altitude. Flaps 1 set.
There's a speed restriction there. I actually had to quickly go look on the charts. There's a speed restriction. See, we've got ATC in Ankara, and he's changed the runway for arrival. So he's now talking about runway 3 center for the arrival. I'll change that in the air. Okay, Rodrigo, enjoy. Let us know. And remember to check the X-plane map if there's a discrepancy, because the Indy should show you what is on the map.
Approaching transition.
That's the whole point. The Indy should show you what's on the map. If there's nothing on the map, you're not going to see anything on the Indy. And then also you need to concentrate on altitude. You know, the map, you can't really see on the map what altitude the cell is. You might be way above it or below it. But anyway, that's another story.
Flaps up and set. Flight level 100, landing lights switches off.
Tommy, yes. There is reports on the support forum for this guy as well. What happened to me last time has now happened to Uncle John. Then it also happened to me again. So basically, he tells you there are two files that you need to download and run. If you click the FAQ, once you get the error. If you don't get the error, you don't care. But there's an FAQ button. You click on it. It's frequently asked questions. And then you'll see that there are two files you need to download and run. Obviously, when ME is closed down, so you close down ME, you run the two files, reboot the machine, then it should work. Mine worked immediately after that. Uncle John had to wait and redo it this morning, and then it only fixed his. So there is a bit of a niggly with it, but it's not, a permanent thing, I suppose. I don't know what the guy will do to fix it, but it is just a bit of a pain in the backside. Jet power. I don't believe in chasing the NVIDIA drivers because in terms of X-Plane, it does nothing. Okay, it gives you a cheap thrill, lots of butterflies in the stomach, and you get this really nice feeling, but it means nothing. Okay, it's just an emotional response, because only when they tell you in the NVIDIA driver changelog that it's pertaining to X-Plane, that's usually when I upgrade or when I feel like it, when I also want that little bit of a high, that adrenaline rush, then I go do it. Other than that, I don't update my NVIDIA driver because I don't play other games. I don't have anything that I'm chasing. I don't have anything why I need to do the update. So I tend to use that philosophy or way of thinking. I just ignore it. It clearly works, and this way I also skip the landmines that you inevitably get in the drivers every now and then you have to uninstall again and go back, wait for fixes and things like that. So for me, it obviously creates a stable environment, and I'm happy with it. You know, when Laminar says, and I have done it in the past, you have to update, then obviously you have to update. When, you know, when there's a reason for it, I update. Or like I say, when I just feel like it. You're welcome. Anyway, I think I was muted when I showed you guys earlier. We were in the rain. There was nothing on the map, and there was nothing on the Indy, but it was pouring around us. So, yeah, I don't know. I remember a while ago there was a bug where it rained when it wasn't supposed to. Even in active sky, there was a little tick box to prevent rain when CBs were noted in the meter or in the weather, whatever. And I'm thinking it's the same kind of bug that X-Plane is sitting with right now. The weather engine sees clouds, and then it automatically says, ooh, rain. But there's no rain. Not supposed to be. Next ride doesn't see it, so there's nothing on the map, and then there's nothing on the Indy. That's my layman's explanation of what I think what's happening. Right, I keep on forgetting about the cruise winds, but there you go. Now we've got the cruise winds, the actual stuff from the OFB as well in there. Nice.
Thousand to level off.
Gents, I think I'm gonna go make some coffee. I think it is worth your while to maybe go grab some. You know, depending on whatever else you wanna have a drink of. Let's go grab it. We'll be back in 5 minutes, eh? So right now we're just over the Mediterranean, and then we're gonna hit the Turkish coast, and then just we'll have more to see than just cloud and water. Right, so I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Limatangadata Brava Santo Salmat letter down with Rome wonderfully. Tango Delta Bravo 6, Tango Charlie from Charlie Mike left and say runway 21 left. Lima Tango Delta Bravo 6, Tango Charlie from Charlie Mike on final runway 21 left. Tap and go.
Gents, I'm back. Got the coffee. I haven't tasted it yet, too warm. Rodrigo, yeah. See, I don't know the architecture. I don't know the exact, thing to point these people to. So it's difficult for me to say. I can only say what I see, and for me, next ride ain't working. Ha, Umar, that's cool. It's nice to fly to some place in Turkey again for a change, eh? The only thing is, Rodrigo, I don't know if Active Sky is supported. I know that we put XEnviro support into the Zibomod, but let's have a go. Let's see. Maybe Zibo slipped it in and I just don't know about it. So let's try. Thank you, Scotsman. So I'll tell Zibo that, because I was thinking the same. I'm under the impression this is a much deeper issue than what we think.
Left at the runway 21 left. Liverpool Delta Bravo, traffic challenge from Charlie Mike on final runway 21 left. Stop and go.
Scotsman and Rodrigo, I appreciate the help that you give with the testing, because it just, gives me a little bit more to say to Zibo. And if he watches the stream and he checks the text, I don't know if he ever checks the text, but he'll see it anyway. Ooh, this coffee is nice. I hope your coffee is as nice. I love the shadows that the clouds cast, eh? Look at that, it's so cool. I remember for years we didn't have it in X-Plane, and then whoosh, here we go. There we go. Now we're ready for the descent planning and stuff. So let's quickly get everything set up. Oops, almost dropped my pen there. Right, so frequencies, minimas and courses. Right. 110. Ooh, guess what? We need to change this. This changed, remember? So we need to go to 3 Charlie. Let's go check the actual latest. 3 Charlie. Right there, that's a question. Okay, so 3 Charlie. We need to change this. So now it becomes 3 Charlie. And then we need to reprogram the Zibo. Oh. Okay, we can. Oh, I removed the thing. I actually didn't use that one. Back to the root. So Charlie. I'll take B again, why not? I don't know what's the difference, I didn't examine them.
Ready for descent
Charlie.
procedure.
Charlie. Alright, so now. Why is it? Oh, we need to change it. It's 3 Charlie. Okay, so we have 11030. I'm sure I can remember that's supposed to be a 3, but anyway, 11030. Frequencies. Minimus. 0 minimus courses frequencies minimus zeros and 3100. I think that should still be the same. Yes. 10 foot or so difference. Okay, from what it was, 11 foot. Frequencies, minimus, courses. Go back to text. Right, so this guy's frequency is what? 1196. Outside one man, sorry. Why is he doing that? That's not turning. If I pull it, there we go. There we go. Alright, my bad. I just need to learn where it is. Right, let's change to it. 119. Oh, you see, now it's changed that. 119.6, is that what it was? 196. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I've got it at 06, it needs to be 1196 actually. So that is wrong anyway. There we go. Now that should work. Yes, now I'm on his frequency. Alright. Is there a BOR in this area? Yes, 1121. Frequencies is set. Minimas and courses.
Approach top of descent.
Yes. I think we need to look at that quickly so we can let this thing descend. 4,700. So that's taken care of. 3,320. Just need to lock that thing. It's going to drive me insane if I have to do it every time. Gotcha, Scotsman. Sorry, I just read your note there. What was it? 3,320. 3,320. Right, that needs to come down to 30. Oh, it's so lovely sitting here doing everything on the iPad. Now I didn't even show you guys. I said the courses and the descent altitude. Let me get my story right here. Approach, good morning, Schematic 001.
Schematic 001, good day. Somewhere approach, radar identified at flight level 280. Expect Table 1 Sierra arrival for runway 03 center. QNH 1018 descent 9,000 feet.
Delbo 1 Sierra approach for runway 3 Charlie on 1018 QNH, and we're going to descend 9,000, Schematic 001.
Skymatic 001, proceed direct Tiare, Tango India, Alpha Romeo, Echo.
Proceed direct TRA, Skymatic 001.
That's all.
Let's go find it. Execute. So now I have my scratch pad. I've got everything. There's our little line changing. Really nice. Thank you, Scotsman. Appreciate it. Induce a little bit more drag. Here's 1018. Right, you're now.
Skymatic 001, high speed approved.
High speed approved, Skymatic 001. Okay, so now we need to go and check this. Davis 1 Sierra. Should still be the same, yes. It should be. Davis 1 Sierra, yeah, that's true. Now we need to change to Charlie, so. Charlie, and that's Victor via TRA. All right, that should do it, but it leaves us high, so we are going to have to dive. There you go. Yeah, Michele, you're right. I don't know why it was off. I must have played around with it, you know. So anyway, it's back on now to auto. It locks the panels. Alright, so there we go. Living the dream, people. Living the dream. Hope you guys are going to have a good rest of your weekend as well. If all goes well, I'd like to stream more. But yeah, you know, we'll see what happens with the family and with work. How's it, Christopher? Good morning, welcome.
Skymatic 001, continue descent altitude 5,600 feet after TR.
Approaching transition.
Runway 03 sensor report established.
Approach, apologies, can you repeat for Skymatic 001?
Skymatic 001, continue descent altitude flight 5,600 feet after TR.
Transition level.
Cleared ILS Victor.
Ready for approach checklist.
Established.
We're going to descend to 5,600 feet, and after DRA we're going to join the ILS and report established schematic 001.
Yes, sir.
Rodrigo, that is something that crossed my mind as well. I don't think this is a ZIBO, so this is a laminar issue. The problem now is convincing them that there's a problem, because the last time I tried to convince them there's a problem with the AMD, I won't name names, but the one specific person, and then a whole bunch of little, I don't have anything nice to say about them, but all these little minions joined in, and basically told me it's my fault that the AMD drivers don't work. Meantime, back at the ranch they screwed everything up, so I don't like to be treated like that in public. If we can do it offline, I don't mind, because then I bite back, but I'm not going to go publicly bite these guys, and it puts me in a very bad position. So I don't know how to convince them.
Flight level 100.
I think
landing lights switches on.
Everybody with the best intention in the world wants to report it, but if you have to try and convince them the whole time that they made a mistake or there's a problem, it gets tiring. Christopher, your XNViro seems to have picked up a couple of issues. People have messaged me privately telling me about XNViro issues. You're not the only one, that might have a concern. So I would speak to the XNViro guys about it, see what they say, give them logs, let them try and help you. Alright, okay. Gentlemen, I see there's a few new viewers. For the new guys, if you guys would like to stand a chance to win this excellent software for your iPad that is on screen now, please read the instructions below the video. There's a little code that you have to type, and then you could stand a chance to win a copy this morning. The one I've got is the full pack, but you will get the ZIBODECK. Okay, so it will be usable in the Zibo, which is similar to what I've got here anyway. The advanced stuff will be different, but in terms of the display, you get all your radios and you get the FMC, and you also, let me just bring it back up, you get your little light switches and stuff at the bottom, MCP, EFIS. If you guys are interested, please let me know. Join the competition thingy, and then could walk away with a license for your iPad. Alrighty. So we're getting there. Getting close. Right, go around ends at 6,800. Zizino, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome. Nice to see you on stream. Right, stow your tray tables, guys. Get your seats upright. You're gonna do a landing now, so you don't want to hurt yourself. Right, approach is armed.
Radio altimeter.
Why does it look so skew?
1000 to level off.
Skymatic 001, we're on the localizer and light slip ILS, Skymatic 001.
Skymatic 001, clear to land runway 03 center, lost wind 20230 degrees for knots, southern center.
Thank you so much. Clear to land, 3 center,
Cabin
Skymatic
crew,
001.
take your seats, prepare for landing.
Thank you, Tommy. Right, go around altitude is set. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I still don't see any entries for this competition, guys. If you look at the next stream, we'll do a bit of better marketing and stuff, so you guys can always come back. We've got a few keys to give away for this iPad app. I thoroughly enjoyed using it. I used it, a few times offline, and getting familiar with it. It's a game changer if you've got something in your hand, man. Totally different to using the mouse the whole time. Ooh, you know what we didn't do? Nico's fast asleep, huh?
Ready for landing checklist.
Never put the VNAV in there. My goodness, I never did the descent planning properly. See, that coffee was more important. Yeah, I love this program.
Approaching.
I still, there you go, Christopher, the other guy, Arcade Mac. Guys, I see your entries. Excellent, thank you so much. I still get tips and tricks from Michele. He's an awesome
runway 03 center.
Oh, Linda, he's an awesome developer, and I love the way he gives instruction, and the information overload is real. He's walked me through it twice already, but the information is a lot to take in. And you just got to take it slow, and then obviously he reminds me and all. It's really awesome.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Ooh, a bit of a yo-yo there, but we made it. In the pianos, or in the bars at least, somewhere there.
Reverse unlocked. Speed brake up. Auto brake in use.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear that auto brake in use because I'm watching. Thank you, Jet Power. Yeah, we were discussing the weather thing. That's not a Zibo problem, eh?
Great landing.
Please do
You
your
are professional.
Oh, Linda, please do your bit and hammer Laminar to go and see what's wrong, because it's definitely on their side, eh? It's not us. If you read through the comments here, we've had a real pilot and a very good enthusiast go and test it for us. It's not the Zibo, eh? Even the default 738 doesn't display the weather properly, so it's definitely an explain Laminar thing. Please go do your logs, get it to the guys, go log the faults, make them aware through the bug tracker so that they can actually take us seriously and go and fix it, because it's not us.
Flaps up and set.
After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Runway vacated, Skymatic 001.
Skymatic 001, welcome to Ankara. Taxi stand 117 via Alpha then Delta 2.
After landing procedure complete.
Stand 117 via Alpha Delta 2. Thank you very much, Comatic 001. Alright,
Welcome, again.
Let's get there. 117. And he said Alpha Delta 2. That is exactly correct. Start APU.
Okay, starting APU. Waiting for APU start.
Coming back to this weather thing for the guys who joined late. The Zibomod uses the default laminar weather system. Okay, so we are wholly dependent on what they give us, you know, and we're using the same SDK, we're using everything from them. And if you don't see weather on your map, then you won't see it on the ND. And we've discussed it now on stream. I've spoken to Zibo about it. We've done the test. Even the default one doesn't work. So please get your reports into Laminar so they can go fix it. Okay, guys, by the time I get to the gate and I do the shutdown, anybody that has not entered the competition will not be eligible for a key. So if you still want a key, let me know. It's specific for the iPad and it's specific for the Zibomod. It's called the Flight Deck 1 ZIBODECK. That is what you will be getting. Okay, so if you still want, you've got a minute or two to quickly read the instructions below the video, in the notes below the video, and get your ticket in. And for the guys that did enter, please be ready to send me contact details or some contact so I can get the key to you. Alright, so I prefer if you talk to me on Discord. If you don't have Discord, talk to me on Messenger or something. But and if you can't get hold of me, tell me in the stream so I know, so I can give you time to get to me. Otherwise we're gonna have to give your key to someone else if you don't give me a way to get it to you. Christopher, it will be an honor and a pleasure to give you something back after all the years of support, man. Yeah, Christopher, if we didn't like what we do, we wouldn't be doing it, eh? For me, it's amazing to see that somebody else likes what we're doing. You know, it's just awesome. Yeah, okay, Mac. I can imagine that. I can see that. It's funny for me when I go onto YouTube and I watch a flight sim video and then people start using my name, and they talk about the Zibomod and things like that. It's weird. I don't think any of us ever wanted to be famous or, you know, even well known or anything. We just do what we love, and then people liked it. I'm very grateful, I must tell you that. I was talking to somebody in the week about the lows that I went through just before I met Zibo and the team. Yes, glad I did, man. There you go. Yeah, I know all about the expensive stuff. I know. It's crazy how expensive things are. I did a proposal and a quotation for a children's home last year, June. And I quoted them...
Ready for shutdown procedure.
1,800 South African rand. That included a 512 gig SSD and two 8 gig DDR4 memory chips. So it would take the systems up to 16 gig, right? They never did it. They've been...
6001-1218. Bye-bye, sir.
Thank you for your service, hey, and thank you for waiting for me. Appreciate it a lot. The guys will probably fly from here in the morning again, so just keep an eye out if you're looking for some more work, hey. But thank you very much for your service.
Thanks for all. Bye-bye. You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. So anyway, in the last week, I actually made a video and I showed the children's home the difference between doing the upgrade and not doing the upgrade. The machines that have not been upgraded takes 13 minutes to boot up to allow them to open the program that they need in their training center. The one with the upgrade takes 24 seconds to open Windows, and at 44 seconds they're working. You know, so it's a huge difference. And the test that they do is part of this international computer driver's license thing that is, some of you that are in IT will know about it. It's a huge international qualification thing for the entry-level guys, you know, all over the world to get into IT. And now the same SSD and two memory chips is over 6,000. It's like 6,500 South African rand. Now they can't afford it, because it's a children's home. It's just not doable. So we got a donation yesterday, and this is actually a heart sore. They got the donation. Somebody came to them, dumped a whole bunch of computers, and these computers are so old we can do nothing with it. So all they did was they excited the people for no reason. So what we're doing now is we're loading Linux Mint on all of these machines they brought us, because that's about all that can still run on it. And we're going to basically just give it to, you know, the walk-in customers. You can't run ICDL on it, so it becomes like just something for beneficiaries. You know, it's going to stand somewhere with a screen and somebody can type a CV on it or use it in the internet cafe or something. You know, and that is what happens when the prices go up. You know, you screw a lot of people, and it's crazy how expensive it is now. Anyway, gents, that I don't know why I told you that. It just came in out of the blue, but it's about the cost. Yeah, that's it. That we started talking about the cost. It's crazy how expensive these things are. Anyway, let's move on. So, because there are only two guys that entered, there's no point in doing a raffle. Arcade, Mac, and Christopher, please send me both your contact details so I can give you your keys for the Zibo flight deck, okay, for your iPads. All right, so it's only you two that entered, and I'll give both of you a key, okay? So just for legal sake, there you go. It's only the two guys that entered. So you can each get a key. How's that? Christopher, I've got your details, man. Okay, give me a minute or two, three to just finish the stream, and then I'll send it to you. All right, and I hope you guys enjoy the software, because I sure do, hey? Okay. Michele, you're welcome. Michele says thank you to everybody, and we hope you enjoy the software. Okay, so let's shut down and then we get the formalities done as well. Yeah, Christopher, thank you. The only other guy now is Arcade Mac. I don't know how to get hold of you. You're going to have to find a way to get hold of me, if you want your key. I'll reserve it for you for a few minutes. Otherwise, it goes to tonight's draw or tomorrow's draw whenever we do the next competition thingy. Okay, so that's it. That's done. We are on the APU shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Christopher, I'm just going to copy and paste it here into Discord, okay? I don't need to email you. I don't need your email address anymore. It's changed a little bit. I'm literally just going to give you a key. I must just get to it quickly. ZIBODECK. Alright.
Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown checklist.
Alright, enjoy, Rodrigo, and thank you for your help again. Take care, man. Okay, Arcade Mac, you need to make a plan to get hold of me, Don't know how else to tell you. There you go. Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy. I just want to make a note of Arcade Mac's name here on my system. Thank you very much for everybody watching and contributing and all those things. You guys, you mean the world to us too, hey? At the end of the day, you know, you're the audience, and I'm glad you like what we do. There you go. Excellent landing. Approach not so great. Whatever happened there. Okay, rate of descent. There, yeah, flaps. Whatever. Sorry, peoples. Go back there. Right, let's release the cabin and do what we need to do. Right. Right, okay, so that's it from my side. You guys must enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I said, depending on the wife and the kids, family as such. I'll try stream a little bit more this weekend. We'll see what we can do. But don't hold me to it, man. I tell you what, life changes in an instant, and then things, you know, just don't work out. So we'll do our best. We'll try and catch up with you. We'll try and do a stream either tonight or tomorrow night to get some more of the North American, well, the Western Hemisphere guys, North, South America guys on here. And there you go. Enjoy. Bye-bye.